Hi YouTube. So this time it's a little insert of Richard Dawkins outside the hotel talking to this Muslim character. I finally learned his name. And I'm afraid the sound quality is very bad because there was an enormous party happening across the street. So apologies for that, but it can be made out. Bear with it till the end, and when he leaves, when it opened up sort of more general with other people, and see how dismissive and arrogant this Muslim was to one of the delegates.
I believe that I don't have adequate information to even make that judgment.
Well, that's very sensible. Now, let me give you something.
Oh, please do so.
The evidence for evolution is absolutely sound. It's as strong as the evidence as the planets. You do believe the planets are the sun?
Yes, I did science as a bachelor's.
Well, you did science, so why don't you put don't you know?
Because it was psychology, that's why.
Well, psychology ought to be the human mind, the human brain, doesn't work. The evidence for evolution, although it happened a long time in the past, so you can't actually see it in most of the time. Nevertheless, I use the analogy of a detective coming on the scene of a crime. After the crime was committed, you can't actually see it happen. What you see is all the evidence of the clues or the fingerprints or the footprints or the rest. And that adds up massively, more strongly than any court of law.
I agree with this, but the only contention like some religious philosophers have, for example, not all religious people don't like science. Many religious people like science. For example, a lot of the science is derived from the Islamic history, as you know. The question that they would have is, evolution is a non-complementary paradigm with what's happening in cosmology, for example. For example, if you look at physics and the constants, some people say there'll be a fine-tuning here, there's some form of design. Because, for example, I think you answered that question well in your book, page 157, 158, when you said, we don't have an answer for physics like we do as in evolution. So the question you posed was, who designed the designer? And I think what some Islamic philosophers contemporary would say, that's an interesting question, but even in the philosophy of science, and I think downstairs you wanted to ignore that question about the philosophy of science, the best explanation doesn't require an explanation. And to have an added infinite regress of explanations undermines the very fact that we need an explanation. So the design argument is more plausible than the chance with regards to the fine-tuning of the universe, which has nothing to do with evolution. That's way away. Yeah, do you understand? Yeah.
But how could it possibly be helpful to explain the origin of the universe? I don't think you could say it's something like
Richard, that's a very good point. That's a very good point. But haven't you assumed that God is complicated and made of many parts?
Why? Because He couldn't forgive your sins and listen to your prayers.
But you're misconstruing physicality for like an entity with ability. Someone may be able to do complex things. Doesn't make his nature complex. Because I think you're superposing almost say. Okay, do you want me to clarify?
If God is capable of listening to prayer, forgiving sins, knowing when you've done wrong, and punishing the wrong, how could He possibly be anything other?
So are you saying that the design argument is not plausible because it creates more questions than it answers? Is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, but don't you think then a bloated multiverse or multi-universe is far more complex?
No, I don't actually.
It has no rational force, does
A
it?
bloated multiverse is actually rather simple, doesn't it? It's very wasteful, it's very uneconomic.
Yeah, but that's not going in line with Occam's reasoning. Do not multiply entities beyond necessity.
No, it doesn't.
How does it do that?
It's not, for a start, it's not beyond necessity if it actually helps to explain something. It's not very complicated, it's just saying there are lots and lots and lots of universes.
Well, you're saying there's an infinite amount of universes.
Oh, I'm not saying that.
Well, that's the theory.
Some physicists do.
If we're all designed by an intelligent creator, omnipotent creator being, can you just run me past why, if we're all designed, most religious people, first thing they do is chop off half of the genitalia of their
Take care, Richard. Thank you very much. Thank you.
boys and girls?
Sorry, you're not Richard Dawkins. I do apologize.
Yeah.
And finally, we also made the news. So here's a little report covered on Irish television. This may not seem extraordinary to you, but it's the first time ever in the history of Ireland and Irish broadcasting, I think, that it was even covered in the news. So certainly interesting for Irish people, or probably for anybody, but here it is.
A world with no gods, superstitions, heavens or afterlives, all part of the values atheists hold dear, and all up for debate at the World Atheist Convention, which gets underway in Dublin this weekend. The sellout conference will hear from devout atheists and scientists.
At their core, atheists say they've simply looked skyward to the heavens to consider if there's a God, and decided there is not. Once fact and science are weighed up and superstition dispensed with. The World Atheist Convention takes place in Dublin this weekend, and it's completely sold out. And they hope it will be a platform to spread their particular message.
To live your life in the full understanding of what really in the real world, as opposed to imaginary friends and sky fairies and ghoulies and ghosties and hobgoblins and leprechauns and gods. It's a much more fulfilling life.
The atheist community say their set of values are about far more than being just, if you like, non-believers. It's about promoting systems of government not derived from any god, education systems that aren't forced to teach religion to pupils, and about equal rights for non-believers and believers.
In order to protect equally everybody's rights to either believe or not believe in whatever they want to believe metaphysically, the state should stay neutral and not enact any laws that either support or oppose religion or the lack of religion.
It just makes sense, argue some, if you take a cold, scientific look at world order.
I don't think that any kind of religious belief, if you look around, has any kind of real answers to where do we come from, where are we going. I mean, not any answers that will, stand any kind of critical thinking and any kind of scientific thinking.
It's a matter of personal opinion, they say, adding they're not out to convert anyone. And this week they'll launch a new international grouping, which they say will help bond atheists across the world ahead of next year's convention, wherever that may be. Ray Kennedy, RTE News, Dublin.